Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel Magnetize Official. It fills my heart with joy to connect with you here today. I truly hope this moment finds you in a space of peace, inspiration, and curiosity for the journey ahead. Your presence means the world, and together we're creating something truly magical. Now, I won't keep you waiting any longer. Are you ready for today's insights? If you are, drop a "Yes, I'm ready" in the comments below. Let's co-create this beautiful energy together. Have you ever met someone who seems to radiate an unshakable connection to their inner truth? A deep, vibrant connection to their intuition, their higher purpose, and the world around them. When you encounter such a soul, it's like stepping into an entirely new dimension. Everything feels more alive, vivid, and brimming with possibility. It's exhilarating, even breathtaking. Yet, if we're honest, it can also feel a little overwhelming, can't it? Now, I'm sensing the presence of someone who was profoundly drawn to your energy. From the very beginning, there was something about you that captivated them, a magnetic pull they couldn't resist. They were enchanted by your mystery, your grace, and the depth you exude so naturally. You didn't have to try. Your essence spoke volumes. But as they got closer, something within them began to stir. Your light, the way you carry yourself, the brilliance of your authenticity shone into corners of their soul they hadn't visited in a long time, if ever. And while they admired this at first, it also unsettled them in ways they weren't prepared to face. It's as if they had spent much of their life standing in the shadows, and suddenly they stepped into a room filled with radiant light. At first, they were awestruck, mesmerized by its beauty. But the longer they stood in that light, the more exposed they felt, vulnerable, seen, and perhaps unsure of who they were without the protection of those shadows. Here's the important part. Your light isn't too much. It isn't too bright. It isn't overwhelming in the way they might feel it to be. Your light simply reveals. It holds a mirror to truths they've avoided, wounds they've buried, and potential they've hesitated to claim. It calls them to step into their own light, into their own truth. For some, this is a powerful, transformative moment, an awakening. But for others, it can be deeply uncomfortable. Not because of you, but because growth requires them to face the very parts of themselves they've hidden away. So, if you've ever felt that your energy unsettled someone or made them pull away, know this. It's not a reflection of something lacking in you. On the contrary, it's a testament to the strength and purity of your presence. You inspire, you illuminate, and even if someone isn't ready to meet you at the depth you offer, your light still plants a seed, a spark for their journey when they're ready. The discomfort they feel isn't about your energy at all. It's about their own. Your presence has stirred something deep within them, something they weren't ready to confront. It's as if you've held up a mirror, revealing their own unresolved fears, insecurities, or feelings of unworthiness. Rather than stepping into that challenge, rather than rising to meet you in this powerful space, they've chosen to retreat. And here's the thing. They might not even fully understand why they're pulling away. On the surface, it might look like confusion, avoidance, or even disinterest, but deep down, it's their own readiness, or lack thereof, that's driving this. They're not yet prepared to be fully seen, to stand in the raw vulnerability that your connection requires, or to embrace the profound changes that being close to you could spark. It's very possible they tried to resist this realization. Maybe they ignored the intensity of what they were feeling, attempted to distract themselves, or even sabotage the connection altogether. Why? Because you bring a frequency, an energy that catches them off guard. It's like encountering a mirror that reflects back all the truths they've been avoiding, truths they may not have even realized were there. This is why they've pulled back, why they've distanced themselves. Not because your light is too much, but because the reflection they see in that light feels overwhelming. They weren't ready to face themselves in such a real, unfiltered way. Now, I want to speak directly to your heart. Their retreat is not a reflection of your value. You didn't push them away. You didn't do anything wrong. Your energy simply illuminated what they weren't ready to confront, and their pulling back was likely an unconscious attempt to shield themselves from the intensity of that inner confrontation. It's okay to feel hurt or confused by this disconnection. That's only human. But please know, lovely soul, this isn't about you not being enough or doing too much. It's about them not yet being able to meet you where you are. They need time, space, and growth before they can even begin to align with the energy you so effortlessly embody. And while it might sting, let this truth empower you. You are not meant to dim your light to make others comfortable. You were never meant to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's shadows. You are here to shine brightly, unapologetically, and fully. Those who are ready to meet you in your brilliance, who are prepared to step into the light beside you, will naturally find their way into your life. At the same time, this experience serves as a gentle reminder for you to remain deeply rooted in your own energy. The confidence, strength, and self-awareness you carry didn't happen by chance. It's the result of your dedication, resilience, and willingness to embrace growth. You've navigated the dark moments, committed to your healing, and elevated your vibration to align with your higher self. That's no small feat, and it's something to be immensely proud of. Not everyone will be ready to meet you at this frequency, and that's perfectly okay. Some people will rise to the challenge, while others may choose a different path. Your role isn't to wait for them, nor is it to lower your energy to make them comfortable. The most important thing for you is to stay in alignment with your truth, trust your inner guidance, and have faith in the process. Rather than dwelling on why they pulled away, recognize this as a natural part of the journey for both you and them. You are a mirror, a beacon of light, and not everyone is ready to fully see themselves in that reflection. But this doesn't mean you need to change or dim your light. It means that the ones who are ready to walk beside you, to grow with you, will find their way to your energy when the time is right. In a way, it's almost as though they were unconsciously testing you, wondering if you would bend, compromise, or adapt to fit into their comfort zone. But you didn't. You stood firmly in your truth, maintained your boundaries, and stayed rooted in your authentic self. And in doing so, you likely evoked a powerful response in them. Your unwavering confidence, your ability to embody that high priestess energy, both intrigued and intimidated them. You see, they're accustomed to connections that don't challenge them at this level. Most of their interactions probably allow them to remain in their familiar patterns, untouched by the kind of growth and transformation that you naturally inspire. But with you, the dynamic is different. It's as though your connection has an unspoken expectation, a call to elevate, to step into their potential, to embrace change. This pressure, while not something you've intentionally placed on them, is woven into the energy of your bond. It's calling them to rise, to grow, and to evolve in ways they may have never experienced before. And that can be both exhilarating and terrifying. The connection demands their best, but if they're not yet ready to give it, they might find themselves retreating to avoid facing that challenge. I sense that the initial burst of connection between you two felt like a whirlwind to them, thrilling and intoxicating. They wanted to talk to you constantly, not out of a superficial desire for attention, but because your energy felt like a refreshing breeze in their life. For someone who may have been used to a slower, more guarded pace in relationships, your presence shook up their usual rhythm. It was as though your energy awakened something within them, something they couldn't quite name or fully comprehend. But with that rush came a fear of losing control. The intensity of what they were feeling, combined with the unfamiliarity of such a dynamic, left them overwhelmed. So, in an effort to manage the flood of emotions, they pulled back, retreating into themselves to make sense of it all. This distance they've created isn't about a lack of interest or affection for you. On the contrary, it's because they feel so deeply that they're stepping back to recalibrate. Imagine being handed a treasure chest full of emotions and revelations all at once. What do you do first? They're sorting through their feelings, putting them through their own mental and emotional filter to figure out what's real, what feels safe, and what they're truly ready to embrace. It's not that they don't want something deeper with you. It's that they're afraid of just how deep this connection might go. They've never experienced anything like this before. The suddenness and intensity of your bond caught them off guard, throwing them into a space of self-reflection they might not have ventured into otherwise. This period of detachment isn't the end of the story. It's more like the pause before a significant shift. I feel that they're doing some serious inner work, reflecting on what this connection means and how they can approach it in a way that feels authentic to them. They're trying to catch up with the emotional and energetic momentum you've sparked in them, while also figuring out how to balance this pull toward you with their own need for stability and self-preservation. Your connection is encouraging them to grow in ways they may not have expected. It's nudging them toward vulnerability, urging them to let go of old patterns of self-protection and open their heart in ways that feel both exciting and terrifying. For them to truly re-engage with you, they'll need to step outside of their comfort zone and embrace the transformative power of this bond. This isn't an easy process for them. It requires releasing fears, breaking through self-imposed limitations, and rising to meet you on your frequency. But the potential for growth, for both of you, is immense. If they're willing to do the work, this connection could be a catalyst for incredible transformation. For now, they're recalibrating, but don't let their withdrawal discourage you. If this connection is meant to continue, they'll find their way back to meet you on your level. However, they first need to process what your energy has reflected back to them about themselves. You've sparked something within them, a glimpse of their own untapped potential. And while that can be uncomfortable, it's also incredibly empowering. This moment is a testament to your strength and authenticity. You've stood firm in your truth, refusing to bend or adapt under external pressures. And that speaks volumes about how far you've come on your journey. While the distance between you and this person may feel unsettling, it's also a sign of your unwavering commitment to honoring your own growth and self-worth. It's natural to feel a desire to keep strong connections alive, especially when the bond is undeniable and the pull toward one another feels magnetic. But by maintaining your boundaries and choosing not to compromise who you are, you're showing immense respect for yourself and protecting the peace you've worked so hard to cultivate. Your guides want you to know that this is a pivotal moment in your evolution. You're learning to value yourself on a deeper level than ever before. This connection, while meaningful, may have carried subconscious expectations on their part, seeking validation, understanding, or a sense of security from you. But by staying true to your values and not folding under that energy, you've shifted the dynamic in a profound way. You're teaching them, and perhaps even reminding yourself, about the importance of self-respect and integrity. It's normal to feel the weight of this situation and wonder if you made the right choice, especially when the connection felt so significant. But by choosing yourself, by refusing to lower your vibration to accommodate someone else's comfort zone, you've aligned with your highest good. This is a lesson in self-love and empowerment, and while it may be challenging, it's also transformative. Your energy is magnetic and undeniable, but it deserves to be met by someone who truly matches your frequency and values. The right connections will flow effortlessly, without the need for force or compromise. This person needs to understand that if they genuinely value you, they must rise to meet you where you are, not expect you to dim your light to make them feel comfortable. In the meantime, I see you pouring your energy into your growth, passions, and personal vision. By standing firm in your boundaries, you're naturally creating space for connections that truly resonate with your energy and values, both romantic and otherwise. This alignment isn't just about attracting others, it's about deepening your relationship with yourself and allowing your authentic frequency to call in the right people. As you focus on your path, trust that you're paving the way for relationships and opportunities that match your level of authenticity. Your guides are proud of your courage to hold steady in your truth, and they're reminding you that your light is a magnet for the right kind of connections. Keep shining unapologetically, because those who are meant to journey with you will rise to meet you where you are. The realization you've sparked in this person was not easy for them to sit with. Your energy is so vibrant, so alive, that it illuminated areas within themselves they weren't yet ready to face. It wasn't about competition. It was about their own internal struggle to match the passion, drive, and authenticity you embody effortlessly. The way you live, without force or pretense, naturally draws others toward you. For someone not yet in tune with their own inner fire, being in your presence may have felt like standing in stark contrast to what they believed they lacked. This could have triggered feelings of inadequacy or even a subconscious desire to pull you down to their level, not out of malice, but as a way to ease the discomfort of their own reflection. But here's the remarkable part. No matter what energy they projected, you stayed true to yourself. You didn't let their doubts or insecurities dim your light. Instead, you continued to pour yourself into what brings you joy, even if it meant being misunderstood or resented. And that's why you're not compromising. You've realized that shrinking yourself to make others comfortable will never lead to true happiness, for you or for them. Instead, you've chosen to honor the vibrant energy that makes you, you. This person may have tried to label you in ways that didn't align with your truth. They may have suggested you were too much, too passionate, too vibrant, too driven. But you didn't let their words define you. You refused to be boxed in or diminished. Instead, you embraced every part of yourself that shines, even when it meant some people couldn't walk the same path with you. What you're doing in your life right now is absolutely remarkable. It's a living, breathing example of what it means to express yourself authentically and live in alignment with your truth. By staying committed to this path, you're unlocking incredible opportunities, creating meaningful connections, and manifesting your deepest desires. You haven't just resisted the pressure to conform, you've become a beacon, showing others how to break free from the molds they've been placed in. For many of you, I'm sensing that the work you've done internally, your passions, your dreams, your dedication, is beginning to show up in your external world. Those seeds of intention you've been planting are starting to bloom. You might have doubted yourself along the way, unsure of how things would come together. But now you're stepping fully into a reality that reflects your deepest aspirations. Let me tell you, the rewards of your hard work are just around the corner. The energy you've poured into yourself and the things that set your soul on fire is now coming back to you in beautiful, tangible ways. This could look like new opportunities opening up, finding your tribe of like-minded people, or even receiving recognition from those who underestimated or overlooked you in the past. The shifts are already happening. You've faced challenges, leaned into your inner strength, and transformed in ways that are truly inspiring. The universe has been watching you, cheering you on, and now it's aligning with the powerful energy you've cultivated. It's time to celebrate not just where you're headed, but the journey that's brought you here. You are the embodiment of transformation. Your energy radiates strength, resilience, and authenticity in everything you do. People around you feel that magnetism. It's undeniable. Those who resonate with your frequency will naturally gravitate toward you, while those who aren't aligned will simply fade away. That's the magic of standing in your full power. They may feel like they've exposed too much of themselves too soon, and that kind of vulnerability is deeply uncomfortable for them. The intensity of the connection and their growing feelings toward you may have left them feeling raw and exposed, stirring up fears they might not have even realized were there. At the heart of it, this likely touches on issues of self-worth or a fear of being truly seen. The closer they came to embracing the connection, the more their instinct to retreat took over. This is a classic example of self-sabotage, pushing away something they truly desire because it stirs up unresolved emotions and deep-seated fears. That undeniable pull they feel toward you. It's real, but confronting it feels overwhelming. Running away or shutting down becomes their way of avoiding the discomfort that vulnerability brings. Here's where things get interesting. You're holding up a mirror to them. Your energy and presence reflect back to them their own self-imposed boundaries and limitations. While this may feel frustrating for you, especially since you can see the potential of what this connection could be, your role in their life is significant. You're highlighting patterns in their behavior that have kept them stuck, patterns that prevent them from taking risks, growing, and fully embracing life and relationships. Their hesitations, their avoidance, even their running, are part of their inner work. While it may seem like they're pulling away, your energy is acting as a catalyst for their transformation. You're illuminating the areas they need to heal and the fears they need to face. This isn't always a conscious process for them. In fact, they may not fully understand why they feel so conflicted. All they know is that being around you brings up parts of themselves they've buried for years. This conflict, while difficult, is also deeply meaningful. You're showing them the possibility of rising above their fears and breaking free from the limitations they've placed on themselves. Whether they choose to take that path, though, is entirely up to them. Healing takes time, and they need to be ready to confront those inner fears before they can truly meet you on the same level, at the same frequency that you're offering. In some cases, they're being called to confront their sense of worthiness and begin recognizing their own value. This is not an easy task. It often requires deep introspection and significant personal growth. Yet, regardless of whether they're ready for that step right now, your presence in their life is profound. You're shining a light on parts of themselves they've neglected or avoided for years. Even if they appear distant or absent at the moment, understand that this detachment is part of their process. They may need to pull away temporarily to sort through these inner conflicts, but the energy you've shared, the seeds of awareness you've planted, will continue to grow within them. When they're ready, they'll return, not just to you but to themselves, with a clearer understanding of their worth and what it truly means to love and be loved. And that transformation is a powerful gift you've given them, even if it's happening behind the scenes right now. Currently, they're navigating a personal transformation, even if it's not immediately visible. They might be working through old patterns, trying to break free from self-sabotaging behaviors, and learning to face the vulnerability they've avoided for so long. While it may feel like they've stepped back to protect themselves from the intensity of your connection, they're also feeling a strong internal push to become the best version of themselves. It's not an easy process. It can be painful and messy, but it's necessary for their growth. Remember, personal growth is rarely linear. While they may seem distracted or distant, they're likely processing deeply on a spiritual and emotional level. They may not even fully understand how much they've been impacted by your energy, but you've sparked something within them, a fire that's causing them to reevaluate their choices and reflect on how they've been living. They feel the weight of this connection, as well as the pressure to rise to meet it. At the same time, they're grappling with doubts, fears of whether they're capable of living up to these newfound expectations, particularly when it comes to being vulnerable with you. Yet, even in their hesitation, the transformation has already begun. Their journey toward growth and self-discovery is unfolding, and you've played a vital role in that awakening. This push-pull dynamic, where they inch closer only to pull away, reflects an internal battle with their fears of unworthiness. They see your independence, your ability to live authentically in your power, and while they deeply admire it, it also highlights the areas where they feel they fall short. This can be intimidating for someone still working through self-doubt and feelings of inadequacy. Healing these wounds and shifting out of these patterns takes time, but this phase of introspection could be the catalyst for their personal breakthrough. For you, this is a powerful moment to keep focusing on your own growth, dreams, and values. While they're navigating their inner work, you have the chance to deepen your alignment with your own truth. Your energy is already radiant, magnetic, and deeply rooted in authenticity, so continue to nurture that. By pouring love into yourself and cultivating your self-worth, you're creating space for even more positive energy and meaningful connections to enter your life. The future of this connection depends on their willingness to confront their fears and rise to meet you as an equal. But regardless of their timeline, your path is meant to flourish. Whether they eventually re-enter your life or not, they're watching your growth and feeling the impact of your energy. This experience is solidifying the foundation for the love, joy, and success that you deserve. As difficult as this situation might feel at times, trust that everything is unfolding in divine timing. The energy you've invested in yourself through your boundaries, self-care, and self-love is guiding you toward what's truly meant for you. Whether this person steps up or someone else arrives who can meet you at your level, know that the universe is aligning to bring you the fulfillment you're destined for. Keep thriving, trusting, and staying rooted in your truth. Keep trusting your journey and stay connected to the high vibrational energy you're radiating. The universe is orchestrating everything in its perfect timing, aligning people, events, and opportunities for you. The energy you're sending out into the world, through your thoughts, emotions, and intentions, has a powerful influence on how things unfold. So, if you want this connection to deepen or evolve, it's crucial to hold a clear vision of what you want in your heart and mind. By focusing on positivity, sending love, and maintaining an optimistic outlook, you're aligning yourself with the very outcome you're hoping to create. The Page of Cups suggests that this person may approach you in a playful, light-hearted way. A small gesture that might seem insignificant at first, but it holds important potential. This could be the first step toward rekindling communication. The Six of Cups brings an energy of nostalgia, innocence, and familiarity. This person may be reaching out in a way that feels comforting, as though they're returning to something they've been thinking about for a while. But don't expect everything to unfold immediately. The Page of Cups energy is gentle and their approach might be tentative at first. However, through this approach, they are beginning to open themselves up to the connection once again. Though it may start small, this connection has the potential to grow into something much deeper over time, provided both of you stay open to it. Patience, understanding, and trust are key as you allow the relationship to evolve. Remember, the manifestation of this outcome isn't solely on them. It's also about your energy. You must continue to embody the energy of the relationship and experiences you wish to manifest. Trust that this person is going through their own transformation, and, with time and space, they will align with your frequency. By focusing on your personal growth and keeping a positive outlook, you're creating the perfect energy for this connection to bloom, whether that happens soon or takes a little more time. Ultimately, whether or not this person returns in the way you're hoping for, the potential for growth, both individually and together, remains strong. The work you're putting in now is laying the foundation for future opportunities, whether in this relationship or new connections. Keep trusting the journey, nurturing your self-worth, and staying aligned with your desires. The timeline you're syncing with will unfold at the perfect moment. Click the join button to explore the membership options and see what exciting benefits await you. By joining, you'll get exclusive perks, behind-the-scenes content, and special access to our community. It's a fantastic way to support the channel and get even more out of your experience with us. If this video resonated with you and you crave more, interact with the content, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Magnetize Official. Share these words with anyone who might find comfort and inspiration.